So what is this one here?
That's when they named me KO Fighter of the Year. That's for knocking out Frank Tate, becoming the middleweight champion of the world. Yeah.
So
Yeah,
man, these pictures here.
yeah. They had a parade. They had a parade for me when I knocked Frank Tate out to become a world middleweight champion.
And that was 1988.
That was 88. Yeah.
When you won the and it was kind of revengeful because he beat you in the box office in '84.
Yeah, right, yeah. Well, he beat me at the sports festival. He didn't beat me at the Olympic box office. He beat me at the sports festival in Colorado Springs. We split bouts in when we was amateurs. And so, like I said, Evangelist Stewart talked to the Olympic committee, and they had me move up to 165. I should have been fighting 156, but I didn't care because once the Olympics was over with, I was going to be done boxing. So it didn't make no difference. So I said, what the hell, I just want to fight.
You was going to give up boxing?
Yeah, because, I mean, I never really had no intention of turning pro. I just felt like, well, once the Olympics over with, it was going to be over with, you know. And once I, competed all the way to the Olympic boxing trials finals, the Goosens seen me, and they said, well, Lou Duva and Shelly Fink on them had all the gold medals, but they got the gold nugget. I was a gold nugget.
Yeah, because you was really, you was the diamond in the rough.
Well, that's exactly what I was. I was a guy that just never was in the right structure to be trained properly and to, be able to, do the things I need to do as far as having the proper sparring and things of that nature.
Training center.
And all these guys, they was already in that structure. They're groomed to be professionals. I wasn't groomed to be a professional. I was just a guy that come off the streets that happened to have a talent and some relatives and family members that told me, hey, you can beat those guys, go try it out. You can make the Olympic boxing team. So I said, what the hell? I was doing nothing else. So took a shot and boxed over to the Olympic trials of boxing finals and never thought it was going to take me to a illustrious pro boxing career, but it did. And I thank God for that.
Well, you had a great career, though.
Oh, but no doubt about it. I've got nothing to complain. I got nothing to be ashamed of.
What was
I fought the best guys, and I fought all over the world. I was able to win 2 world championships, so hey, I've been blessed.
You won the IBF championship in 1988.
Yes, sir, correct.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
And then you lost to James Toney.
I lost to James Toney after going 35-0. I moved up to super middleweight. I fought one fight. I fought a guy named Randall Yonkers. I beat him for the NABF super middleweight championship, and that put me in contention to fight Victor Cordova for the WBA World Super Middleweight Championship, and I beat him in 92. September 92 in Las Vegas.
And how many times? Because I watched you fight on HBO. How many times you fight on HBO?
I want to say I fought on HBO, if I'm correct, at least 3 to 4 times.
3 to 4
but I want
times.
to say 3 for sure, yeah.
Yeah. And then Showtime?
Yeah, Showtime, numerous amount of times. I want to say I knocked Frank Tate out, become middleweight champion, I want to say on Showtime.
Was that your best? Would you say that's your greatest win in your career?
It's one of them, because I would have to probably say that due to the fact that I won my first world championship. And then Frank Tate and me, we had fought a couple times in the amateurs and split. And then I think I should have probably been representing the United States at 156, but unfortunately I was 165 and Virgil Hill beat me. And Frank went on to represent the United States at the Olympics in Los Angeles at that division and won. And so when I got the opportunity to fight him for the world middleweight championship, I wanted to get up on him and beat him for the belt. And we done everything in our power to do that. So thankful Frank give me the opportunity to fight him for his championship, middleweight championship. So everything worked out at the end.
All right, so you're going in the California Boxing Hall of Fame.
Yeah, October 4th of this year, the people in California, Rick Ferris and company, they've finally inducted me to the California Boxing Hall of Fame, and I'm really looking forward to it. It's a golden opportunity, and I'm very thankful. I never realized that I fought 15 times in California. They told me, you fought 15 times in California. And they said, you was undefeated in California. I said, wow, I never knew that. Because I guess when you're boxing, you never really take that stuff into consideration. And I guess toward the end of your career or in the end, when you go back and look, you be like, wow. Because I know Jerry Cooney and Mr. Gordon had told me that I fought 8 world champions. I said, are you sure? He said, yeah, you fought 8 of them. You knocked 5 of them out. Because like I say, when you're young and fighting, you just don't keep track of how many world champions you fight.
You don't mark it out.
Go to training camp, you prepare, you win, and you go on to the next phase. And that's what, it's about. And then, like I say, toward the end of your career, then people tell you, well, you fought such and such amount of world champions. You're like, I don't think it's that many. I thought I fought like 3 or 4 of them. And they name them, and you're like, wow, I fought 8 world champions and knocked out 5 of them. That's illustrious. And I'm just thankful for doing what I done and getting the opportunity to fight all those great champions, because every last one of them was good fighters. I mean, they would have never been champions, so we could never take nothing from them. But I just think if you give me the opportunity to, fight them and see who the best really was. And I think in my era, I think I reigned supreme. You know.
So now you're eligible for the International Boxing Hall of Fame?
Now, yes, I am. I'm eligible definitely for that. So hopefully,
the Nevada Boxing Hall of Fame.
Oh, I want to be in all of them. No doubt about it.
The National Boxing Hall of Fame.
I want to be in all of them. No doubt about it, Craig. That's
We're
what
going
I
to put
for.
you in the Indiana Boxing Hall
and
of Fame.
I even want to be there. I really, no doubt about it, because Indiana's the next state over.
That's all right. So here's what we do: we bring in James Toney as a celebrity
no doubt about it. That's
guest.
my man. That's my dear friend. Love
bring
James
him in
Toney.
celebrity guest.
Okay.
And then we bring you as because you fought there and you knocked out Norman Bates. There at Caesars.
You know what? I did. I'm thinking to have
Caesar, you fought there at Caesars at the casino.
Yeah, I sure did.
And you knocked
That's
out
in
Bates. Yeah.
January of 2001, if I'm correct.
Yeah, you knocked him out.
Man.
See, man.
Wow, I see.
Man.
That's right.
You're talking to the boxing knowledge.
Well, I see, man. No doubt about it, man. Wow, boxing encyclopedia.
I know. I try to work on it.
Ain't nothing wrong with it. You know what I did? I mean, I kind of forgot about that, but I did fight it in there.
Yeah, beat him up pretty good.
Yeah, but I mean, he was a tough kid.
Yeah, he's a tough guy.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, I
good
think
winning records.
Yeah, I think if give me the opportunity to come to you guys, great state, and fight.
And you know what? And you fought for Fred Burns how many times?
Oh man, numerous amount of times. I love Fred Burns, dear friend of mine. Matter of fact, how you doing, Fred?
Yeah, give him some love.
Happy belated birthday, because I know you just had a birthday a few months ago.
Yeah.
So
Fred talks very highly.
Fred's always been a super nice guy, and I always had a lot of admiration for Fred, because he's from the Midwest, I'm from the Midwest, and he was involved in the boxing business as far as the promoting and the matchmaking and things of that nature. And we just had that connection while being from the Midwest. So us Midwest guys, we got to stick together, especially when we're going against all these high-powered guys from these major cities, these international cities, and we little
you in New York,
these Midwestern towns. We had to stick together. So no doubt about it. Fred was always very supportive of me, and a good guy. Him and his wife. And, good people, and I really like Fred. You know what I'm saying? So
good.
I'd like to say hello to Fred and his family, and be safe, and look forward to seeing you real soon, Fred.
Yeah. So this year, you're going to come in as celebrity guest at the Indiana Boxing Hall of Fame, correct?
Oh, correct. No doubt about it. God willing, I'll be there.
So August 14th and 15th?
Man, I got that. I got it locked and loaded.
We're in, right?
Sounds good.
It's all good.
I can't wait to see a lot of guys.
We got some guy named Buster Douglas.
Oh, but no doubt about it. Different.
He fought there twice, and we had him overmatched both times. He still beat our guys. He beat Rick Enos, the football player from High U that signed with Denver Broncos.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So you guys thought you guys overmatched him, and he beat the guy.
Yeah.
That's one thing about the great sport of boxing.
Yeah.
You just never know what's going to happen until the fight starts. Because when the fight starts, hey.
You know as well as I do, Michael. They wouldn't pay you to Italy to go over there and knock their guy out. Or
no doubt about it.
You're just talented enough.
You beat them. No doubt about it. I mean, when they got you coming in for a 9 times 10, they got you coming to get beat.
Then have you ever heard of a guy named Boom Boom Mancini?
Oh, no doubt about it. Another
and
different
Fred Burns helped him out a little
that's
bit
good.
too. Yeah.
Well, Fred, I mean, as far as the Midwest, Fred's helped guys throughout the country, but I mean, whenever he's seen some talent, throughout the Midwest, he done everything in his power to, get them their start, to get them connected with the guys. He needed to get them connected with guys like Bob Arum and things of that nature. So I mean, Fred, man, he's a
top rank.
He's a legend in his own way,
Absolutely.
in his own right. I mean, with the stuff that he's done, and he's been a trailblazer in the sport. And I mean, Fred's been a dynamite guy. And as far as Midwestern guys, Emmanuel Stewart passed, but I mean, Fred. He's up there with Emmanuel. I mean, as far as just having class and being just a true gentleman.
Good gentleman.
Yeah.
So during your whole career, who you got signed by Goosens?
Oh yeah, correct? No doubt about it. When I come out of the 1984 Olympic boxing trials, I was signed by Tin Goose Boxing Organization, which Dan Goosen was the head man there, and then his brother Joe was the trainer. Oh yeah, and then now I want to give credit to another man by the name of Mr. Bob Surkine. He's the one that spotted me when I was a young kid coming up in the streets of Davenport, boxing. He worked over at the Arsenal. He was he worked with the military, and he's like a father figure to me. So I'll be remiss not to mention his name. He put me in contact with the Goosens, and we was able to go and make history together. So I want to thank Mr. Bob Surkine for putting me together with that. Tin Goose Boxing Organization, because he helped orchestrate everything, and like I said, I'd be remiss not to mention his name. Let him rest in peace.
Amen.
Thank you, Mr. Sir.
Yeah,
yes, sir.
Yeah. And then you got signed by the Goose.
Oh man!
How many amateur fights do you think you had?
I think I was like 168 and like 6 or something like that. 168 and 7. I had a lot of amateur fights.
You had a lot of amateur fights?
A lot of amateur fights, man. You know what I'm saying? Seemed like I was fighting every week when I was a kid, so a lot of amateur fights.
Yeah. And when did you start? How old was you when you started?
I think I was 12 years old when I started.
Started boxing?
Yeah.
And then you fought for
I fought probably about 10, 11 years as an amateur, and then I turned pro. So.
Okay, so how many Golden Gloves or national
Well,
champions?
I won. I was a 3-time Iowa Golden Gloves champion. I won at 147, 156, and 165. And I was a national Silver Gloves champion in 1979. I won that in Pontiac, Michigan. And then I was a national Golden Gloves runner-up in 82 in Kansas City, Missouri. National finalist. Yeah, I was runner-up to a guy named Roman George from Louisiana. He beat me in the finals. But I upset the number 1 rated welterweight in the world at that time, a guy named Lewis Howard, which is a dear friend of mine from St. Louis, Missouri. I think he's living in Houston, Texas now.
Yeah.
I just spoke to him maybe within the past couple months. Him and a guy named Arthur Jemison, guys from St. Louis, my dear friends for the last 30, 35 years. So, Lewis was ranked number 1 when I beat him, and I lost a decision to Roman George in the finals at the National Golden Gloves in Kansas City. And from there, it just skyrocketed.
Yeah. And then, so what was your professional record when you was done?
I finished, I was 58-4 with 39 knockouts.
Oh, wow.
And 2-time world champion. So,
yeah. So that's all the credentials of Hall of Fame
well,
material.
I think so.
I think so, too.
Well, I think so. I think I've done enough to, be inducted. And I think California is
a good start. A good start.
It's definitely a great start. And then we got Nevada. Then we got the International Boxing Hall of Fame up in upstate New York. And then we got another spot out in California. What's the name of that one?
Oh, the National.
The National. So, I mean, I'm sure they're going to induct me all in time. And I'm going to be patient and just wait on the golden opportunity. And I look forward to it.
How about if we, would you go to the Rochester Boxing Hall of Fame? We give you some type of reward.
Pardon me?
Rochester Boxing Hall of Fame.
Oh, no, not about any Boxing Hall of Fame, because, that's what helped me make my name as boxing. And I would support any type of event that has anything to do with boxing. Sure. I mean, I want to be a face or be able to help them, get their programs off the ground and, just be a part of it, because that's what I've done as a living and as a sport. So, I mean, why not? I'm for it. I want to see boxing elevated, you know what I'm saying? And it's always good to see boxing, do well due to the fact that, like I said, I box, and that's what I do. That's my career, and I want to see boxing be successful forever and a day.
True there.
Through all the legendary great champions, and I mean, that's what we work for, to put ourselves in this position and to put boxing in this position.
Absolutely. Who do you think inspired you as a kid? One of your greatest fighters, or who inspired you?
Probably Muhammad Ali, because as a kid, growing up in the 70s, really, it would probably have to be Ali. I love Ray Leonard and Thomas Hearns and Hagler and guys like Salvador Sanchez and, Carlos Monzon was another great fighter that I liked, and even the marvelous Marvin Hagler, all those great champions, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I try to learn something from all of them. And then if we go back in history, you got to look at guys like Joe Louis, Jack Johnson, the legendary Sugar Ray Robinson, guys like Roberto Duran. I mean, they all inspired me, all those great champions, because, I try to learn something from all of them. Your Henry Armstrongs, your Archie Moores, and, I mean, all your legendary champions, you know what I'm saying? Because it's something, you can learn.
Yeah, from every fighter.
From every fighter, there's something you can learn. I mean, whether it's about training, about eating right, your conditioning, or whatever, you know what I'm saying, about how to conduct yourself and things of that nature. So, I learned something from all of them. But my greatest inspiration has probably been Sugar Ray and probably Muhammad Ali. No doubt about it, because I loved Ali, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I just loved Ali.
I was talking to you about your career. I remember you knocking the African out on HBO. And that was 88?
89.
89?
I knocked Tate out.
Oh, you already had your title.
Right,
it was a title defense.
Matter of fact, what was happening that night was it's supposed to be a unification fight. I was supposed to be my IBF belt versus his WBA belt. But unfortunately, when he got in the ring to fight me, the WBA stripped him of the belt. But my promoter, Mr. Bob Aaron, was such a nice guy. Hey, he looked out for us on the end. So they took my WBA belt, but he blessed with another gift, so I thank him for that. But I should have been the IBF WBA middleweight champion as well, because that was the unification fight. But unfortunately, I think he's supposed to fight a guy, if I'm correct, don't quote me on it, a guy named Harold Graham. I think he's supposed to do like a mandatory against him.
I remember Harold Graham.
But the money that Bob Aaron was paying us, he's like, what the hell, I'm going to jump over this guy and fight Nunn, and I'll come back and fight Graham later. So when he got in the ring to fight me, once the bell rung, boom, they stripped him of his belt.
Oh,
so it was a bad situation, because I think it was unfair, but I guess that's the way the organization was set up, and they felt like if he fought me, they were gonna strip him of the belt. So
that's so you were on the '84 team.
Yeah, I was alternate on the 1984 Olympic boxing team.
Okay, So was another game named Mike Tyson.
Oh my God, no doubt about it, a monster.
And he was only 17. That's
He was like 17 years old.
Beat by Henry Tillman.
He was a monster, man.
Yeah.
I mean, he was phenomenal. You know, me and Mike, we used to all train together back in '83 and '84 up in the United States Olympic Training Center in Colorado Springs. When I seen this guy, I seen he was a man-child.
Yeah, he was.
I mean, I seen this guy just destroyed. I mean, 17 years old, he's destroying grown men.
Yeah, grown
27
men.
and 28-year-old full-fledged men. He's just
Knocking
obliterating them, knocking them senseless. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm like, 17 years old, he's putting them to sleep, man. They need the stretchers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mike Tyson was a machine, man, and Mr. Gus D'Amato and. He was another.
You
nice
know who
guy.
I got to talk to? I was at so I go to the USA Boxing alumni all the time.
Okay.
So they have a Hall of Fame in the USA Boxing alumni. It's been going about 5 years.
Good.
And you know, I'll say something to them, tell them
Yeah.
to try to get you out there because
Good.
John Scully's.
Oh, yeah, we know that. My dear friend. Yes,
Iceman. All right. So I started talking to Virgil Hill.
Oh,
I said,
my man.
I said, Virgil. And then he starts telling me he's roommates with Evander Holyfield in the Olympics.
Right.
All right, so I want you to kind of get a couple this here. I was really impressed with this here. I want to see what this is.
Okay. Oh, well,
Tell people what this is.
Well, this picture here is from back in 1988. They named me KO Fighter of the Year with me beating Frank Tate to win the IBF Middleweight Championship July 28, 1988. So this was very honorary to me due to the fact they put me on the cover of KO magazine, and it was like my crowning moment at that particular time.
Yeah, that baby looks sharp.
It was real big to see me on the cover of KO magazine, and they presented me with the award, KO magazine's knockout, Fighter of the Year. That's what it was. When we beating Frank Tate to become middleweight champion of the world. So
that was probably your proudest moment
at that time,
because that's your first world title.
Well, my first world title, and then being named Fighter of the Year, that was big with all the great champions. You got Melvin Taylor, Mike Tyson, Mark Breland, Sugar Ray Leonard, Marvin Hagler, Thomas Hearns, and they had a lot of great fighters still, even Roberto Duran and all the other great champions they had at that particular time. So for them to name me Fighter of the Year, small boy from Iowa, hey man, not bad at all.
That's pretty good.
And that's always big to me because I wanted to always represent the state.
How about you was talking about one of your toughest fight was a guy named
the Blade, Iran
Barkley.
Oh, the guy tough as nails, man. I wouldn't want to fight him again. You know what I'm saying? I need a Gallagher gun to fight him again. He was tough as nails, and Iran to this day we're real good friends. Even after we fought, we talk on the phone pretty regular, and I love Iran. He's a
great guy,
man. Super nice guy, man. And wish nothing but the best for him and his family.
And we're calling James Toney today.
We're going to definitely call James Toney, another good dear friend of mine.
Yeah, we're going to talk to him.
Marlon Starlin, John Scully, Alex Ramos. I fought all these guys, but guess what? Hey, you don't have to fight with friends, man.
Oh, yeah, I've seen Starlin at the Rochester Boxing Hall of Fame.
Cool.
Yeah,
another good friend.
Yeah,
good
dude.
Yeah.
Good dude.
And it's amazing, when you fight these guys, you guys be mad at one another, but, as time go by, you be, fight
you know what? Here what kills me. Right? Not kills me, but, okay, so in boxing, if you're champion in the world, and you're Sugar Ray Leonard.
Right.
Do you need, for example, Aaron Pryor in your ass fighting you?
Well, I think Ray was kind of smart at that particular time because, Aaron, I think it would have been a great fight, but, let Aaron rest in peace. But I think it would have been a good fight due to the fact that Aaron is a soldier, a warrior, and he's not going to lay down and quit. Ray's going to put him on his back because as long as he can fight, as long as he's on his feet, he's going to fight. But I'd have gave Ray the advantage. But, Ray had an opportunity to fight him. I'm like this here. I'm like, if a guy really want to fight, that's all I got to do is sign a contract and fight.
That's one thing about you.
We don't have to sugarcoat nothing. And I'm the type of guy, I never duck nobody. It's always hard for me to, get a fight, you know what I'm saying? And, I fought so hard to put myself in a position to be able to fight some of these legendary greats, the Ray Leonards, the Thomas Hearns, and the Roberto Durans, and I never got the golden opportunity. So I'm like, well, it's okay. I just fight the next guy. Who's the next toughest guy? Whatever. I always just want to test my skills against such great champions because we know Roberto Duran, 4, 5, 6-time champion, the legendary Sugar Ray Leonard, the hitman out of Detroit. My dear friend, I talk to Tommy on a regular. So, hey, them all legendary fighters. I take nothing from none of those guys.
No.
Just unfortunately, we could never just get in the ring and see who the best really was because that would have been my crowning achievements to be able to test my skills.
There was an offer on the table for Duran, right?
Well, there was definitely offers on the table for them all, just to fight, but it just never happened.
Never happened.
It's sad, you know what I'm saying? You know, I fought one of Emmanuel Stewart's proteges, a guy by the name of Darnell Knox, which was a dynamite fighter, a hell of a fighter, a cold knockout artist. And I think he was 28-0, if I'm correct, with 27 knockouts.
Wow.
And I fought him and got him out of there in 5 rounds. And once I obliterated him, I guess Emmanuel Stewart said he's not going to put me in there with Tommy Hearns or whatever, for whatever reason. But I know that was his protege. He's supposed to be the next coming up with Thomas Hearns. And, you know, I knocked him out at the Las Vegas Hilton in Las Vegas on the undercard of the Juan Rodin, Thomas Hearns championship fight. So, that was a rumble. Yeah. Matter of fact, it was crazy because I'm watching Rodin and Tommy fight, and then within the next year or so, I'm in the ring with Rodin. I'm looking across the ring from this guy from Argentina.
Yeah,
this
he was
tough as nails, man. I mean, strong, relentless. I mean, him and Iran had to be the 2 strongest middleweights I ever fought. Yeah. These guys was like heavyweights. Yeah. They had the strength of heavyweights. You know, I mean, Iran and this guy, Juan Rodin, he's only like 5'7". He only knew one way to fight, is come forward, and like a Sherman tank. I mean, strong, hit hard, relentless, ruthless, and just no back down, you know what I'm saying? I mean, but I'm glad I got the opportunity to fight such strong, tough, relentless guys like those guys, because once you fight these guys, you can fight anybody. You fight a Juan Rodin and a Barkley, you deal with them guys, you can deal with anybody in the game of boxing. Because they're just so tough and relentless. And the harder you hit them, it's not the harder they come back. I'm like, what? I mean, this little short guy, I mean, a piece of dynamite. Yeah. He built like a Sherman tank. And I mean, very physical, very relentless, and just tough.
Yeah.
Tough.
What would you say if I talked about Indiana boxing? Who would pop to your head if I talked about Indiana boxing?
If we talked about Indiana boxing, it would have to be Marvin Johnson, Ronnie Essett, and Brazier.
Harold Brazier.
Harold Brazier, no doubt about it, because, yeah, those guys.
What about Layman Brewster?
Oh, Lamont Brewster. My bad. Yeah. Mine, that's on me. Yeah, Layman Brewster as well, because he was a champion. I mean, he's heavyweight champion.
What about Manfredi?
And then can't take nothing from Manfredi. He was, matter of fact, Manfredi was coming on so strong back in the day, man. I mean, I like the Manfredi, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because I like anything that really comes out of the Midwest, because, you know, when you fighting the best guys in the world, you show up. I mean, whatever happens, you win, lose, or draw, but at least show up, because we don't ever want, because they come from the Midwest, they're soft as medicated cotton.
Yeah.
You know, it was a stigma put on us, you know what I'm saying? It's like when I was coming up, living in California and boxing out of Los Angeles, they thought all the East Coast guys were supposed to be supreme. I mean, I guess in their mindset they thought like that, but in my mind, I said, let's fight, let's prove it. You know what I'm saying? And whenever I fought them, I always wanted to beat them, because there was a stigma put on us. All these West Coast guys, they soft. No, we're not soft. It's just a misperception to think like that. Because if you go back through the history of boxing, look at all the legendary guys that come off that West Coast boxing. But it's just a thing, you know, because I guess sunshine and beaches and the pretty girls, so quite naturally people going to think they're soft. No, they're not soft. They're just as tough as anybody else.
Art Aragon.
Art Aragon, one of the first.
First Golden Boy.
What I'm saying, that's right. The original Golden Boy.
The original Golden Boy.
That's right. So, but you know, California's always had a stigma for it just being soft. And I think due to the good weather and the beaches and things of that nature, the Hollywood and all that, they think everything is fake or whatever. No, it's real. And
it's good stuff.
We proved it, no doubt about it.
All right. So, anything you want to say to any of your fans out there today?
I just want to say hello, and I want to thank you guys for supporting me and you know, follow me throughout my boxing career. And I just want to give thanks to you guys. And you know, without you guys, couldn't be no me. So I want to thank everybody. God bless.
What do you want to say to any of the Boxing Hall of Fames?
Oh, the only thing I want to say to the Boxing Hall of Fame that hadn't already inducted me is, you know, just give me put in your Boxing Hall of Fame. You know, I've done my part.
Give me a chance.
Now, give me my chance, you know what I'm saying? Because I think I've done everything that was possible to do in my boxing career. So there should be no reason or no shadow of a doubt. And I think you guys should be giving me a call. And I keep my phone line open. Look forward to hearing from all you guys. God bless.
Yeah, so if you want to hear Nunn's number, let me know, because Nunn is the man. He's second to...
N-U-double-N, Nunn.
Nunn.
All right.
Okay, so how did you get that nickname? I want to know.
Well, believe it or not, Dan Goosen, my manager, gave me that name, you know what I'm saying, because we were going to go with the 2 guns, but, you know, he thought it'd be a little bit more, I think, classier by saying second and Nunn. So, you know, I thank him for that, too, because we don't want to promote no type of gun violence with the way things are going in this country and the way things are going. So I'm very thankful that we stay with the second and Nunn. I think that's more professional, and I think that's more fitting because, you know, I just think second and Nunn is much better.
Second to
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, give me a shout out.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for your time, baby.
Hey, send me that over to my phone.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because that was hell of an